At the end of the first half, I would have said Inter was in complete control, dominating the field with an incredible performance, full of intensity, great technique, and strong character. Then in the second half, Roma did better. I can't understand how Dovbyk has become a striker who can't score even if he used his hands, to be honest. It's unbelievable. The header at an open goal, he just can't direct it properly. He's going through an incredible psychological moment. He's not calm. He misses the most unbelievable things. He's a striker that, honestly, I've always liked. But even if he carried the ball with his hands, he wouldn't score. It's the story of the two penalties. It's the chance he had. In the second half, Roma did well. In the second half, Roma was more confident, with Dybala more involved in the game. At least 3 chances in the middle, Dybala's, Celik's, and Dovbyk's, who there has to score, he has to hit the target. You can't go beyond that here. He has to hit the target. He also needs to understand, even with imperfect coordination, that a great striker has to know how to hit the target with the goal wide open. But Marotta is right when he said before the match that probably people didn't know Chivu well. Chivu is doing an excellent job. The team plays differently. They have the right personality. I only pointed out one thing to him without any kind of bias against him, which is that, in my opinion, he should have and should use the new signings with increasingly more playing time. Increasingly more, but Bonny is a new signing and Bonny is a great signing. Bonny changes the balance. The first goal that Roma conceded is absurd. It's not a Gasperini-style goal if you play man-to-man. You can't leave yourself exposed like that on the offside line, keeping Bonny onside, who then does what Bonny usually does in open spaces, but you can't allow Bonny and the defense to be in that kind of non-position, basically unpositioned, and you concede a goal at the start of the match. When you need to be consistent, you need to be balanced, you need to have your own reason for being, because it was a gift. It was a gift in terms of positioning. Strategically, Roma didn't take a single shot on goal in the first half, so it's not like there was this whole situation where you had to say, I'm throwing myself into chaos. The match had only just started 5 or 6 minutes in. That goal, in my opinion, really affected Roma, who, in fact, if I remember correctly, didn't take a single shot on goal in the first half. But in the second half, things were better. Gasperini made his substitutions. We even saw Bale, we saw Baldanzi, we saw Dybala come off just as Sule did. He tried the experiment of playing with 2 strikers. I believe that Gasperini needs more help up front and that this is a major shortcoming, an unforgivable mistake given the level of quality he should have had. You saw how he changes, substitutes, alternates players, so he would have needed more quality. Let's give credit to the second half, which was played with great pride. But Inter, who have caught up with Roma, Gancia, and Napoli at the top of the table and with their 6th consecutive win, are destined to be major protagonists because the squad is strong. It has been improved, perfected, and deepened. In my opinion, there shouldn't even be much concern about the Lookman situation because they have 4 very strong forwards. Today, Lautaro came off. And to make room for Pio Esposito and Bonny, who started, then Thuram will return. Sutic came on, and Inter even had the chance to close out the game and avoid reaching that tense ending, because in the final seconds, a scramble, a situation, a loose ball, a penalty, a raised arm, anything can happen. Mkhitaryan had the chance. Inter had another couple of important opportunities as well, even with Akanji, who didn't hit the target. He missed the goal, but I give Roma a 6.5 for their second half. For Roma's first half, I give a 5.5. As for Inter's overall performance, they only had the flaw of not finishing the game off. Very good. It's a team with depth in its roster, completeness and variety, all enviable qualities. And these 3 teams with 15 points make the standings very interesting. Why? Because both Roma and Napoli lose and are caught up by tomorrow. If Milan beats Fiorentina, they can go to the top of the table alone. And if Juventus wins in Como, they would catch up with the 3 teams on 15 points. Just to say that tomorrow, keeping in mind that Como-Juve is a very open match, since Como, despite having some important absences among their attacking wingers, is a team that can cause problems for Juve, but Juve can also cause problems for Como. In Milan-Fiorentina, we'll see Leao as the central striker. Tomorrow, we could even find ourselves with a table showing Milan at 16 points, Though that's still to be seen, because in my opinion, Fiorentina will have to wake up sooner or later. And 3 teams at 15, which could become 4 if Juventus wins in Como. And we'd all be right there neck and neck. But I think the point about Inter is very important, because they quickly put those 2 disastrous matches behind them. They erased the gap they had. They could have lost their way a bit. They could have suffered psychologically. They could have kept blaming Chivu. And I have to say, Marotta is right. I repeat it. Chivu is a coach who absolutely has the situation under control, who is offering something different, who has understood Inter, has become part of Inter, will then make use of his own signings, and absolutely deserves great respect for the way he is working, building brick by brick. Of course, now the Champions League is coming up, and we'll see how Napoli responds. Antonio Conte's interview was, in my opinion, not a great day for him, and for once that should be said. We should also admit that we gave everything away to Torino. No, Torino took what they tried to take. It's right to say it, especially if we consider that, coincidence or not, Baroni always gets the better of Conte. He did it last year with Lazio, winning even some incredible matches, and he repeated it this year. Clearly, he has the countermeasures and responses to stop his more decorated colleague. Speaking of colleagues, congratulations to De Zerbi and Olympique Marseille, who are top of the league. On his own, Iligan won by dominating, maybe struggling at first, then falling behind. 14 goals. At least I'm still thinking about Greenwood's 4 goals. Great show, real football. You have to play football. You can play football. For me, the mystery remains Dovbyk. Sorry if I repeat myself. Because in my opinion, for the average Roma fan, these are situations that can become a nightmare without exaggerating. But it's important to understand the problem and to understand why it's possible to miss the impossible. I look forward to your comments. Thank you for your attention, and I wish you a great rest of your day. If you're listening and watching the video before midnight, have a good evening, a good night, a good wake up, a good Sunday, and all the best. We'll see you again soon. Bye.